Hello everyone, this is Mariel B Martinez and we are going to interview a physical education teacher to identify his or her philosophical perspective of physical education, especially that we are facing this COVID-19 pandemic. Without further ado, let's begin. Here we have Mr. Armando I Martinez, a grade 5 elementary teacher of Barangay Patag Elementary School in Baybay City, Leyte. How can you describe physical education?
Physical education is an essential developmental skills that learned by the individuals to activate their physical aspect for the sake of maintaining their body health because it has a big role for the development of human body as a whole.
So, do you think physical education focuses only in physical activities or in other fields as well?
No, it involves their personal attitude toward the society. The physical aspect reflects who you are in dealing with others.
Do you think physical education involved with science?
Of course, absolutely yes. It is a system that connects the areas in science. For example, the body parts used for movements in different activities.
Do you think science is very helpful for us to understand how our life works? How can it be helpful?
I think science is very helpful in our daily life. Thus, to make our works easy, useful for any purpose, for the learners and researchers in the study well.
Do you base your physical education content to the interests of your student, or do you base your content in how you feel what is right to do, especially when we are in a pandemic situation?
With or without pandemic, physical education continued execute by the learners or every individual because we usually done every day. It is voluntarily did by muscles, nerves, and other parts of the body. The teacher's important is to develop their skills with their cooperation.
Do you think your students should learn naturally on their own because that is their responsibility to learn?
Everybody, we ought to learn because that is a continuous process. It depends upon on how to deal with it.
Okay. As we are working on this new normal, what effective ways did you use to teach your students about physical education?
Even we are in pandemic, I suggest that the learners must do it religiously and honestly even we use module or online classes. Bear in mind that God knows what we did.
What can you say to other physical education teachers and fitness instructors who have a hard time working on this new normal?
For other physical education teacher and fitness instructor, that we do our best to help the learners by means of home visitation, but follow protocol in social distancing and others for those students felt difficulties and low rating result by giving some intervention to cope up the lesson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Martinez, for your presence today. We are happy to hear your opinion and perspective in physical education, especially that we are still in a pandemic. Once again, this is Mariel B. Martinez, and thank you for listening for today's podcast.